So what is an NSCA event? So it stands for National Sporting Clay Association. It is a national association. You do not have to be an NSCA member to shoot in an NSCA event. So you can shoot an NSCA event in what's called hunter class. But if you are a competitive person, you're a competitive shooter, and you want to move up in classes, and you want to win in your class, and you want to make history, and get to the top of your game, and see how far you've come, and how many of your friends you're beating, then you, in the sporting clays world, you would join the NSCA, and they keep track of the events that you participate in. They keep track of your scores. Then that translates into points or punches. And you can move up in class, depending on how many punches you get in the year, and how many times you win, or what kind of your scores you have and all that. But the NSCA, National Sporting Clay Association, does have events all over the country. They're at little clubs like Amelia Shotgun Sports, but then they have what's called state events. So like Florida has a Florida state event, and then they have regional events. So there's a Southeast regional and a Northeast regional, and Central, West Central regional. So there's regional events, and then there's a national event that happens once a year. It's typically the end of October. And these are all ways that you can shoot and compete and work your way up in the class system. The top right now class system is master class. I say right now because there's a lot of talk and conversation about trying to make a pro class, because there are some people in master class that shoot amazing and are very professional level, and it is their profession. They travel around and they shoot, and then they also are instructors typically. So NSCA, we're at an NSCA event right now. This is the Seminole Cup. This is, I think, like the 8th year that it's been in the Sea Island property called Broadfield. And there's typically a lot of vendors at these events, so you can see there's Yulee shooting clinic where they're selling guns, and there's custom hearing protection, and there's some leather goods, and DuPont Krieghoff guns are over there, and there's apparel, and there's all sorts of stuff, and people around here that are registering, and there's side events, sub-gauge events, there's FITAS and 5-stand and super sporting, and the main events are typically on the weekend. So these people are between events, or have just arrived and they're not shooting until tomorrow, or they're buying things or whatever. So you can find NSCA events on the internet. There's a lot of different scoring programs, and I personally use Scorechaser, but there's also WinScore and a few others there. So go to an NSCA event, whether you want to be registered or shoot in the hunter class. We'd love to have you at any of the events.